If they've
But
had you reporting monthly,
yeah,
you didn't have to do that.
I said that originally, but they told me that the judge don't make the rules here. That was the quote that they.
Who told you that? Oh,
Miss,
hold on. Mr. Flanagan, call Mr. Farmer right now.
A man named Lee stood inside a Michigan courtroom on a Tuesday morning, halfway through a 12-month probationary period he had been working hard to complete.
Today is the day set for review. And according to I don't never know her name because she don't put her name on here. According to probation, your discharge date is May the 2nd. You were placed on a 12-month probationary period. And I placed you on probation on, May 2nd of this year, 24. So this is your first review. This is the halfway point. However, you're not quite finished. So this says that you did pay the restitution in full.
He had paid $30,000 in restitution in full. He had completed a theft awareness class. He had finished all 10 sessions of gambler's counseling.
Yep.
It says the restitution of $30,000 was paid in full. You completed the theft awareness class. You have done some you did choices.
Yes, ma'am.
Through eBay, and then you've completed 8 of the 10 gamblers counseling. Well, let's see.
Nope.
That she's saying 2 different things. How many gamblers counseling is left?
By almost every measure, he had done exactly what the court had asked of him. The judge presiding over his review that morning was moving through the details carefully, methodically, the way experienced judges do when they are trying to close something out cleanly. She confirmed the restitution. She confirmed the classes. There was one remaining item, a balance of $510 on a second count.
Before I have you do that, what about count 2? You owe $510 on count 2.
That's the only thing that I haven't completed, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Well, then don't worry about calling her, Mr. Flanagan. So let's do this. How long do you think it'll take for you to complete or pay the $510?
I started a new job within 2 days. So my first paycheck within basically 2 weeks, I'll be able to pay it.
You gonna give us all your money? I don't know how much check is. Don't give me saying it's all your money. I mean,
it's literally been all my money.
Lee told her he had just started a new job. He could pay it within 2 weeks. The judge offered him a couple of extra months just to be safe.
Right. But I can give you a couple of months if you want a couple of extra months. I can give you a couple of months.
I mean, yeah, that will work better, absolutely. Whichever one works. All
right. I mean, 'cause today is just the halfway point, so you're not technically scheduled to be discharged from probation. The 12 months, you're not scheduled until May 2nd. I could give you a date in late January if that'll be better for you.
Yes, ma'am. That works.
Mr. Miles, is that acceptable?
It is acceptable, Your Honor. It's possible I might be out of the country, but I'd be able to get another attorney to stand in for review.
All right. And also, if he completes it, so let me give a date. I'll give a date first. And then if he completes it and pays the money, you could send an email.
She scheduled a follow-up date of February 3rd and told him that if everything was complete, she could discharge him without him ever having to appear in court again.
If you've done so, counsel, you can just submit an email and I can confirm it with the probation and then I can discharge him without appearance. So we'll put it on the docket for a discharge.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. So February 3rd, Mr. Flanagan, let's put it on the docket for, well, no, not 9:45, because that will denote money. That'll denote money only. Just put it on for the regular time, 10 o'clock, and then we'll see where we are.
Excuse me, Brian. Miss Bryant. So up until this point, I'm still expected to check in regularly.
It was a clean, efficient hearing, nothing remarkable, until Lee asked a question. He wanted to know whether he still had to check in with his probation officer regularly between now and February. The judge paused. She asked him what he meant, and so Lee explained. He said that originally he had been told that he might be discharged at this very review, since he had completed his classes. But when he raised that possibility with his probation officer, he was told something that stopped the courtroom cold. He was told, and these are the words he used, that the judge does not make the rules.
And do the normal probation process until January.
What do you mean by that? Tell me what do you do? What's the normal probation process?
Well, because originally they were telling me that once I came into this review, I could have the potential to be discharged from the probation since I had did all the classes and everything like that.
So here,
right now,
I'm gonna interrupt you, Mr. Lee. You're on a non-reporting probation anyway. So if they've had you reporting monthly, you didn't have to do that.
I said that originally, but they told me that the judge don't make the rules here. That was the quote that they.
Who told you that? Oh, hold on. Mr. Flanagan, call Mr. Farmer right now.
For a moment, the room shifted. The judge did not raise her voice. She did not need to. She immediately asked her clerk, Mr. Flanagan, to call Mr. Farmer from the probation department. Then she asked Mr. Wade to be contacted as well, and then she said something that made clear exactly how seriously she was taking what she had just heard. She said she liked Mr. Lee. She said he had not even meant to tell on anyone, but he had. And then she said that if she ever heard those words spoken to one of her probationers again, she would hold the person who said them in contempt of court.
Call them right now. I need you to tell us who told you that. Call them right now. Matter of fact, you can call Mr. Wade too. Call them right now. Because I'm about to. Yes. I like you, Mr. Lee. I like you. You didn't even mean to tell on them, but you did.
Yeah, I didn't. It's Miss Bryson. She's no longer there anymore. That was the former probation officer that I had.
Let me make sure they have a meeting with probation while you on here. Let's make sure they have a meeting with the probation, because if I ever hear somebody say that again, I'm gonna hold them in contempt.
Understood.
Yeah, but we gonna do this right now. Oh, I'm so excited. This turned out to be a great Tuesday.
The probation officer who had told Lee the judge does not make the rules was a woman named Miss Bryson. And Miss Bryson, as it turned out, no longer worked there. The judge did not dwell on that fact. She moved forward. But she noted, carefully and without hesitation, that Miss Bresson's absence from the department might be connected to precisely the kind of conduct Lee had just described. She said, with measured calm, that if Miss Bresson had still been employed there that morning, she likely would have been fired or held in contempt before the hearing ended.
But you did not have to report, Mr. Lee. You were not supposed to be reporting on a monthly basis, and we getting ready to nip that in the bud right now. I'm so excited for my future and yours. So to answer your question, you do not have to report. Now, what you have to do is let us know when you finish those classes, the counseling. So you can in fact have them send it to Mr. Flanagan. But I want you to stay on here so Mr. Farmer can hear it from you. I'm going to tell him what you said, and then I'm going to ask you, did you say that in front of the supervisor? So we can make sure that no other probation officer ever tells anybody else that I don't make the rules. I am the rule. I mean, I don't even understand what.
I thought so.
Then came the next layer. Lee mentioned, almost as a side note, that he had been required to report to probation on a monthly basis, even though his original court order placed him on non-reporting probation. That meant he had been making mandatory appearances he was never legally required to make. Time he had spent. Travel he had undertaken. Obligations he had met without question because a probation officer had told him that was what the rules required. And it did not stop there. Lee also disclosed that he had been submitting to drug screenings every single month since being placed on probation. Monthly. Without exception.
You don't have to report to them. So I did notice on the Register of Action, there was a report day Oh, maybe you just had a report day.
Yeah, I had one the other day. It's been monthly, and then I'll go do the drug screen as well.
What
Every
drug
month.
screen?
They've been having me do a drug screen. I was like, I don't even smoke, or my case had nothing to do with anything, drug related, but I've been doing the drug screen every month.
Mr. Lee, let me apologize on behalf of the court. And I'm thankful that Ms. Bryson no longer works here because she might have got fired today.
The problem was that the judge's original order specifically stated that no urinalysis had been ordered, not one. Lee's case had no drug-related charges. There was no basis for requiring him to test, yet for months he had been showing up, paying fees, and submitting to screens that no judge had ever authorized.
Understood.
So you do not have to drug test. My order specifically says no urinalysis was ordered. And so what I'm going to do is refund you any money that you have paid for your drug screens. So where were you testing?
It was a Rochester Hills location. I forget the name of it, but it was like a few minutes from my house. I went there, I believe twice when I couldn't make it all the way to Detroit within the day, so I would go there. So I only did that like twice. It was like $40 total there, and then the other time they would make me come out to the court to do it.
You said the other times, so you have tested every.
He said he had tested at the court facility 4 times. He had tested at a Rochester Hills location twice when he could not make the drive to Detroit in time. He estimated the out-of-pocket cost at roughly $40 for those 2 outside visits. The total across all screenings represented real money, real time, and real inconvenience tied to a requirement that existed nowhere in any court order. The judge apologized to him directly. She said she was apologizing on behalf of the court. Then she did something that very few people walking out of a courtroom review ever experience. She picked up a pen. She did the subtraction by hand, old-fashioned long subtraction, crossing out numbers and carrying ones, making a small joke that schools no longer teach it.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to deduct. Come on screen, Mr. Farmer. Good morning. Mr. Farmer, who is just, he is.
Good morning, Your Honor.
He is justice. Every time he come on here, I feel like justice is behind him. Mr. Farmer, this is Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee, say hi to Mr. Farmer.
How you doing, Mr. Farmer?
How you doing?
Mr. Farmer, Mr. Lee used to be supervised by someone who no longer works here. So that's good, because they might have got fired today if they still worked here. Miss Bryson. Miss Bryson told Mr. Lee, who she made report to probation every month, that I don't make the rules. He told her it's a non-reporting probation. Miss Bryson told him the judge don't make the rules, we make the rules. Not only did she have him reporting to probation, she has had this man drug screening every month when my order specifically says no urinalysis ordered. What I called you on here for is because she no longer works here. In your next meeting, just make sure nobody ever tells one of my probationers that, because that might get them held in contempt of court, because that.
She deducted $150 from Lee's remaining balance as a credit for his inconvenience and his time. That brought his balance from $510 down to $360.
So what I am going to do, Mr. Lee said he tested at the court 4 times, and you tested in Bloomfield 2 times?
Yeah, Rochester Hills, yeah.
Oh, Rochester Hills. So, Mr. Flanagan, what I am going to do is deduct. I'm just going to give him $150 credit for his inconvenience and his time. And then that will leave him a balance instead of the 510. Y'all know I got to subtract the old-fashioned way. So hold on. I'm gonna cross off the 5. I'm gonna make it a 4. I'm gonna put my little 1 over there. They don't teach the kids how to do that anymore. 11 minus the 6. Okay. Your balance is $360.
Mr. Farmer from Probation Supervision eventually appeared on screen. The judge addressed him directly. She laid out every detail. The unauthorized monthly reporting. The unauthorized drug screenings. The statement attributed to Miss Bryson that the judge does not make the rules. She told Mr. Farmer that she wanted that message delivered clearly to the entire probation department. Any officer who told a probationer that the judge's orders do not govern their supervision would face contempt of court. Mr. Farmer acknowledged everything. He confirmed that Miss Bryson was no longer with the department. He confirmed he understood the expectations going forward.
You do not have to show up and report to probation, and you do not have to drug test. You only have to pay the balance and finish those 2 classes. Oh, no, you said you finished the classes.
Yes, ma'am. I finished them.
Okay, so we just need proof of the counseling.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Farmer, you going to take care of that for me? I've never had a probation officer say that before, so I think you got a good team, but that made me nervous. I think Mr. Farmer froze. He did. All right. Well, he used to be a probation officer. Now he's the supervisor. So that was some bad advice. That was some bad instructions.
The judge wrapped up Lee's case with precision. He owed $360. He had completed his counseling. Once proof of completion and payment were submitted to his attorney, the judge said she could discharge him without him ever setting foot in her courtroom again.
And like I said, she doesn't work here anymore. And if she did today, she was probably going to either be fired or held in contempt of court. So I'm glad we didn't have to cross that bridge. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. And
No problem,
thank you so much. Mr. Lee, thank you for sharing that information. And I, again, apologize for the inconvenience. You did not have to do those things. So I appreciate it. And then I'll either see you on the 3rd or we'll do your discharge when I get the information, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Better still, Lee was on track for a delayed sentence, which in Michigan means a full dismissal and removal of the conviction from his record entirely.
One
Yes.
question, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I'm just looking at my notes, and I have that the order was for a delayed sentence.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
he'll get the delayed sentence.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so if he finishes, he's going to finish well within the 12 months, and I'll give him the delayed sentence. So it will be a dismissal and a removal of the conviction from your record once you pay the balance and give us the proof that you completed that counseling.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
we'll do.
All right.
Thank you.
Here is the part that lands hardest. Lee had complied with every single unauthorized requirement without complaint. He showed up monthly when he did not have to. He tested every month for drugs when no order required it. He paid fees out of his own pocket. He did all of this because one probation officer told him, with total confidence, that the judge's orders were not the final word on how his supervision would be run. He was nervous about not complying. He said so himself. He did not want to get violated. He just wanted to follow the rules.
I thought so too.
You should have told him that, and then you should have just not shown up. Nothing would have happened to you. Nothing.
I just was nervous. I didn't want to get violated. I was just trying to follow the rules.
You said Mr. Farmer is logging in right now?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's not logging in. He must not have been at his computer. And it is correct that Miss Bryson is no longer with. That could be part of the reason she's not here, because she thought the judge didn't make the rules. I don't know why she's not here anymore.
Yeah.
So, Your Honor, my understanding is that the requirements of Mr. Lee are that he complete the payment of $510 and provide proof that he's completed the gambler's counseling classes.
Right, and then I'm going to discharge him.
And so he followed rules that did not exist, rules invented by someone who apparently believed their own authority superseded the written orders of a sitting judge. What this case illustrates is not rare. It is the kind of institutional drift that happens when supervision systems operate without regular scrutiny. A probation officer with unchecked discretion can quietly expand the terms of someone's supervision, adding conditions that were never ordered, collecting compliance, and creating consequences for people who have no way of knowing what their actual legal obligations are. Most people in Lee's position never end up in front of a judge who stops the hearing to ask a follow-up question. Most people just keep showing up. They keep paying. They keep testing, and the system keeps moving. Lee walked out of that courtroom on February 3rd with a lower balance, no more drug screens, no more monthly reporting, and a path to having his conviction removed from his record entirely. The former probation officer who told him the judge does not make the rules no longer had a job. The judge made sure he understood the difference.